Okay, so now that we have a basic idea of what consulting involves and what you do as a consultant, let's take a small look at how you ended up here. What did you do at Ross to be a consultant?
Oh, well, Ross has great resources to help students, first of all, find out what consulting as a career is. Second, become familiar with the process of recruiting for consulting. And third, to actually prepare for recruiting.
So let's talk about these three things one by one. First is becoming familiar with consulting as a career. So can you be a little more specific? What resources did you find to become familiar with consulting as a career?
Well, in fact, our first week at Ross was marked by a lot of activity in the consulting club to reach out to all the new students. And I think there was a session. Did you remember? There was a session in the beginning, and they talked about how the people who had done summer internships in consulting firms had found consulting as a career. What did they like about it? What did they not like about it?
Yes, I think OCD does those sessions for all different career options, and definitely we had one for consulting over there.
Yeah, there was an OCD session, and then there was one by a consulting club itself. So that was really helpful.
Were there any other resources that helped you familiarize yourself with consulting?
The seniors, the people that you get to know in the MBA tools that you would get to know right in the beginning of your term at Ross, they would be your resources. They would be your friends and mentors for a long time. And I was fortunate that one of them was someone who worked at a consulting firm for the summer, and I got a lot of knowledge from him.
And we also have education series from the consulting club which talk about what consulting as a career is all about.
Education series is certainly.
Okay, and the second part is to familiarize yourself with the recruitment process for consulting. So again, what specific things do you remember which helped you familiarize?
Yeah, I think that's where the formal sessions by the education club, the education sessions of the consulting club came into the picture, because these were very well structured sessions which talked about what consulting firms are looking for in candidates, how do they assess candidates to find out which candidates have those qualities, and finally what are the differences between different firms in terms of their hiring processes, in terms of the way they get to know their potential candidates.
Yes, and if I also remember, we had a very good education series structure in terms of specific steps on how you begin preparing your resume, and then how you network with the companies, how you prepare for case interviews. So each step had its own education series and its own session. So
Absolutely.
that was great.
Sessions were dedicated to one topic, and there was a session every Sunday. So initially we were talking about we got to know this process of recruiting, and then I think from October on there were very focused, intense sessions on preparing for case interviews, preparing for behavioral questions, and so on and so forth.
So now let's talk about the third part of preparation that you talked about, and that was the actual resources for the recruitment process itself. So again, can you provide a little more specifics on that?
Well, so the recruitment process really begins probably from the mid of fall A, when consulting companies start to organize meet and greet, social networking events to get to know students. So some firms are more aggressive than others, and essentially over time you would realize that different firms have different ways of reaching out to students, different ways of finding out who their potential candidates should be. For instance, some firms believe a lot in organizing case competitions and finding out who talented students are through those case competition. Some firms believe a lot in being able to connect socially with students. And then some firms also rely on their previous employees who would be at school with you to find out who their best candidate list should be. So it's important for someone preparing for consulting to know these differences, to appreciate that they need to put in different kinds of effort for different kinds of firms. And it also, of course, helps you in assessing what kind of culture each firm has.
Yes, and I think one of the resources that I found the most useful was what you will essentially say is our competition, that is other students who are preparing for consulting jobs, because they are the ones who go through the case preparation with you and help you with that. What do you have to say about that? Is that good at Ross, or is that a cutthroat competition, people don't help you?
That is the first and foremost asset that you will have at Ross. Everybody that you're competing with is actually your greatest strength, your greatest support and asset. You're going to be preparing for case interviews with them, you're going to be preparing for behavioral interviews with them, you're going to be going to networking events with consulting firms with them, and you need to make sure, as well as you will appreciate the value of helping each other out in reaching out to the same people. So you're not really in competition when you're in front of a company trying to reach out to you. You're actually going together as a group. You need to keep up with that, uphold those values at Ross and build on them.
So you're saying the community of Ross actually is the greatest asset that we have in preparing for consulting.
Ross community is the greatest asset.
All right. So that covers all the three questions that we wanted to talk about, and we hope this gives you a good idea of what Ross has for consulting. Thank you.